Hi all, today we will talk about policy intelligence in IAM. So basically policy intelligence helps us to understand and manage our policies that we can improve our security configuration. And there are several policy intelligence tools through which we can understand like how our policies are configured and what access our policy allow and how the policies are being used. So with the help of that, we can analyze access. So we can check whom has what access. We can analyze an organization policies, like what policy has been configured at the organization level, like service account key is enable or disable, or like domain restriction is there. We can check all that. We can troubleshoot access issues. So if someone is facing any access issues, we can check out like why he is facing that issue, like if there is any deny policies or any another issues there. We can check service account usage and permission. We can even improve our policies, and we can prevent policy misconfigurations, and we can test IAM allow policies. We can even test organization policy changes. So with the help of policy intelligence we can do all these things. So policy intelligence is a term, but inside that there are multiple tools. So in this video we are going to see policy analyzer. With the help of policy analyzer, we can check out like which principals have what access to which Google Cloud resources. So principal can be users, service account, groups, or domains. So it works only on allow policies. It doesn't work with your deny policies. So policy analyzer can help us to answer like question these like who can access this IAM service account, or who can read this BigQuery data set, what roles and permission that this specific group have, or what VM instance can tell delete in a project A, who can access cloud storage bucket after 7 p.m. This is multiple questions which you can find out in like documentation of Google, and also you can get the answer of all these questions. And so how this policy analyzer works? So basically, to run the policy analyzer, we have to create a analysis query, and we have to specify the scope at which level we want to run. Like if you want to run the organization level, or folder level, or project level. After that, we have to define some like properties like principals, like identities for whom we want to check the access. Like for principal it can be accounts, service accounts, users, groups, or domains. And access, the permission or roles which we want to check, and resources, on which resources we want to check. And API, like condition context, it is like we can provide a time of the day under which we want to check the access. But policy analyzer doesn't support some form of access control. Basically it doesn't support IAM deny policies. So even if you have a user who has access through allow policy, but he has denied the access via deny policy, so policy manager doesn't show this deny policy, it says it has a access. So you have to make sure while using policy analyzer the specific things. We cannot check role based access control in Google Kubernetes engine. So like we know in Kubernetes we have specific RBAC rules which we create inside in our cluster. So we can't check this. We cannot check about ACL, like cloud storage ACL, which is used for give access to specific object in a bucket. We cannot use this, and it doesn't support also public access prevention, so that our bucket cannot be get public. So these are some things which we have to take care while using policy analyzer. So this is one of the tool which policy intelligence supports, and we will see this only. And also, if you don't have a business account, you can run only 20 queries in a day. So I will try to run max 20 queries because I don't have a like premium account. So let's go on the console and see how it works. So this is the policy analyzer which we are going to see now. So first of all, like we have multiple options like what we want to do, and like we can create a custom query. We can check who can impersonate a service account, who can change firewall rules in my project, and even like there are more templates which you can use, like who can let what access does my employee, or like terminated employee have, like if you have removed some person from the like organization, maybe he have still some access which you want to remove, or what roles does a specific user have on a given resource, who can delete buckets, and who principal have owner, or these are multiple role. And if doesn't suit your need, even we can create a custom query also. And even after that, we have organization policies also. Suppose you are using organization policies, so you can check it out like which like service account key disabled, accessible buckets, and like what are the like affected by organization policy constraint and which resources. And after that, we can even analyze now service account when last used and what is the last time service account key used. So these are the multiple options. Just we have to click on create query and it will give us the results. As I told you, we can only run 20 queries a day. If you want to run more, you have to upgrade to the Security Command Center premium version of it. So let's try to do some basic query only because little limit is 20 only. So I will click on create custom query. Whenever we create a custom query or any query, there is a scope at which level we want to run. Suppose, so if I want to run at my this first project level, even click on browse and it will give up all the options. I can run at that my second project. I can run at the organization level. I can run at the folder level also. So we can choose the scope according to that. After that, we have to provide the parameters like suppose you want to check for any resource, principal, role, or permissions. Suppose I want to check for a principal and I have to provide a principal details. So I can copy this like my email ID. Can add more parameters and like I want to check for a resource or a role. If I want to check for a role, I can select a role from here. If I want to check for a specific permission, I can do that also. I can like find out the permission which I want to use. Like if I want to go with like any storage permission, so I can come here and click on OK, and I can get all that permission from here. Like suppose I want to check whether I have an option to create a bucket or not. I can add this and click on continue. And after that, there are some advanced options. Sources within the like we can list resource within resources like which are matching our query, and these are some more advanced option. List individual users inside group if we're using any group, and list permissions inside the roles. Like if you are using a predefined or custom role, we can see which permissions are the inside that. So we can click on analyze now, and even we can export your results. If you want to export, you have to just provide a BigQuery dataset and table and just continue, and after that you can export your results also. And as of now, let's click on run query. So I am able to see that I have two for this specific permission storage bucket create. I have two roles which are helping me or providing these permissions. I have a storage admin role which has to my principal which has this permission, and I also have owner role which have these permissions. So with the help of any role, I can create a bucket. I can click on view bindings, so it will show all the things like this is my user, this is the storage admin role I have. I can click on view policy history also. The policy history, we can see all the history like which user have what access. So we can see that this user have added like this role has been recently added to my account, and like this we can check it out. We can copy query URL and share with where is like if you want to share and all that. And if you want to check if you have a permission on a resource, you can come on the resource option also and find this resource like storage. It will give a list if like storage, and like this is my bucket cloud concepts 2. I can just click on this and click on continue, and I can analyze. So I can see that for this resource I have a permission this and these are the roles which are providing me the permission for this specific bucket. For the storage one, like this we can check for the store like your all the resources also. This we can run more and more information. Like if you want to check what role does a specific user have on a given resource, we can create a query for this also. The same which we have done like last time. Principal and the resource we have to provide. So these are all our queries only. Just need to create a query. So like this, we can even analyze organization policies also. Like if you want to analyze any organization policy, like which projects have disabled service account key creation, we can click on create query and just this is the it will already fill all the details, and we click on analyze. If you click on visualize, it will show a graph and it will show like which at which level it is allowed or in which level it is denied, like at project level, folder level. Maybe you have a constraint which you have enforced at the organization level, but it is allowed or override at the project level. So visualize will not work. It is a premium feature. And I think run query will work. Let's see. So we can see in the run query, it will giving all the details. We can see at a test folder, it is enforced and it is inherited from the parent. In my both project, it is enforced both inherited from the like parent. At the organization level, it is also enforced and it is a custom one. Like this, we can see organization policies also. And after that, you can do anything which you want, like which VM instances are allowed to interact with external IP address. So if you have a organization policies for we allowing VMs to have external IP, it can show all the IP, all the VM details which have external IP. And we can even check the service account, when was the last time service account was used or service account key was used. So let's click on create query and we can like check for a service account. We can browse only projects, like organization and folder are not supported because service accounts are created in the project level only. And we can check a service account key or service account. So let's go with my like default service account. We can click run query. So doesn't have any specific role assigned to it, and like this we can see all this. So role binding has no roles. We can view permissions, audit logs, and find resources this service account can access. All that we can check. Even if we have a service account key, I don't think I have created a service account key last recently. So we can provide that also, and it can show when this service account key has been used, like the latest. So this is like policy analyzer. This is a very helpful tool if you want to check anything in your organization, what is happening, and like you can create many templates are there. If doesn't suit your need, you can even create custom queries and all that. And organization level, we can do much things, and even on the service account level also, because it is a very specific thing which we have to maintain and make sure that our key is always secure. Better to use short-lived credentials and instead of service account key. So this is the very basic demo which we have covered in this today video, policy analyzer. Next video I will try to cover policy troubleshooter. And if you have any questions or doubts, just comment it down. I will try to help you.